We are over a month into the conflict, and while Donald Trump suggests the United States is seeking a path toward de-escalation, the reality on the ground shows no pause. The Iranian regime remains intact, and daily exchanges of fire continue without a clear diplomatic off-ramp. In the middle of this friction, a UN diplomat recently resigned, with a public warning. He is sacrificing his career to leak what he calls high-level preparations for a planned nuclear strike on Iran. Before we analyze the weight of that claim, a note for UPSC aspirants. Today is the final day of the Safalta Mahotsav sale. Until midnight, you can secure a flat 60. To understand if a nuclear strike is a strategic possibility, we have to examine the physical escalation that just occurred in the center of Iran. Look at Iran's topographical map. Tehran is north, but nuclear sites like Fordo and Natanz are distributed. Centered is Isfahan, housing the uranium conversion facility for weapon-grade material and missile hubs. Its deep location forces aircraft through hundreds of miles of layered air defenses. Because of this protection, an attack on Isfahan represents a deliberate attempt to cripple Iran's nuclear fuel cycle, rather than a symbolic show of force. Late last night, that defensive network was bypassed. A coordinated U.S. and Israeli airstrike hit the Isfahan complex, causing massive damage to facilities previously thought to be impenetrable. To enter this airspace undetected, the mission likely utilized B-2 class stealth bombers. These aircraft use a flying wing design to maintain low radar visibility, allowing them to penetrate deep into hostile territory without triggering early warning systems. The bombers carried 2,000-pound bunker buster munitions. These are 900-kilogram steel-encased bombs built specifically to destroy targets buried beneath layers of earth and reinforced concrete. These weapons use kinetic energy to penetrate the ground before detonating. The bomb slices through soil and several meters of concrete, pausing at a specific depth. Only then does it explode, using the Earth's pressure to collapse subterranean rooms. This strike follows a sequence of rapid escalations, moving from strikes on regional proxies in Dubai and Kuwait to maritime blockades that have obstructed traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. The deployment of stealth bombers and heavy Earth-penetrating munitions against a central nuclear facility indicates the conflict has transitioned into a high-intensity, direct-impact war. Mohammed Safa, the diplomat who issued the warning, represents the Patriotic Vision Organization. This NGO has held consultative access to the UN for over a decade, putting Safa in proximity to high-level policy discussions. Safa claims that within these meetings, officials are actively debating the logistics of a preemptive nuclear strike on Iran to end the current stalemate. He also alleges that the UN is failing to act as a neutral mediator, claiming the organization has suppressed internal voices that oppose these extreme military measures. The current standoff is the result of a decade-long diplomatic collapse. During the Obama administration, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, placed strict, monitored limits on Iran's ability to refine nuclear material. The situation changed when Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew the U.S. from the deal. Without those previous diplomatic constraints, Iran rapidly resumed its aggressive enrichment activities, leading directly to the intense military friction we see today. The end of these agreements has left a strategic vacuum. If conventional strikes, like the one on Isfahan, fail to stop Iran's nuclear progress, military planners may begin viewing nuclear options as the only remaining way to achieve their objectives. A nuclear strike would trigger a global backlash. Public sentiment is already shifting, with millions joining No Kings protests and nations like Spain openly defying U.S. policy. A nuclear event would represent an unprecedented violation of international humanitarian law. However, history shows that while the international community condemns disasters immediately after they occur, global politics often adjust to the new reality over time. Whether Safa's warning is accurate or a final plea for peace, the strike on Isfahan shows that military forces are already testing the limits of conventional power. If these facilities remain operational after a bunker buster attack, the pressure to escalate to even more destructive levels will likely increase. We have a question for you. The U.S. uses a specific weapon called the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator. I've shared 2 statements regarding its capabilities on my Instagram and Telegram. Check them out and see if you can identify the correct one. Don't forget, the Study IQ 60% discount and double validity offer ends at midnight. Use code ANKITLIVE to secure your spot. Study IQ IAS. Your selection, our mission.